And welcome to day 2 of the 2017 Women's Centrobasket Championship held in the beautiful St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, as we get set to start off the first game of the second day with the visiting Jamaica team versus Bahamas. Calvert White alongside Kevin Teagan Shepherd, and Bahamas wins the tip.
Yes, C. White, the beautiful day. I'm Kevin Shepherd, and it's day 2. And definitely, C, I'm most anxious to see these two teams play because it's going to be a matchup of the bigs. Gordon for Jamaica, number 13, versus Grant, number 11 for the Bahamas. Something got to give as Jamaica starts out with.
And it's almost like deja vu because that's the same exact move she started the game off with yesterday.
Yep, that
Jamaica is on the
away.
board first.
Jamaica starts out in a 2-3 zone.
A tale of two ends yesterday. Jamaica started off the game very, very good and kind of got a little unraveled late on in the game. Whereas Bahamas didn't start the game good and then came on strong to the end. Let's see which team can put it together today.
Well, Jamaica is off to a flying start once again as they hit their first two shots. Like you said, Bahamas is somewhat the slow starters, but in this game, both teams know each other very well because they came out the Caribbean region. So these are CBC teams. There's no type of anxiety, no type of surprises. They've played each other so many years, so it's time to play ball. Let's zip it up and let's go.
That is correct. Both these teams has faced each other quite some time before. Familiar faces. And in not Centrobasket, but in the Caribbean tournament, these was two of the better teams. Not as strong as teams brought here in this tournament, but nevertheless, we look forward to seeing a strong showing from both teams.
Definitely, as Jamaica stays in the 2-3 zone. Like we said yesterday, they scouted Bahamas and noticed they never really shot too many jump shots from the outside. So in this game, Bahamas definitely will need to hit some outside shots.
Key to beating any zone, you gotta hit some outside shots.
It's the only way to loosen them up. Are they gonna pack it in? And with a 24-second shot clock, they know the shot must go up.
Do you think it's a hard adjustment for some of these college players coming from a 35-second shot clock moving to a 24-second shot clock?
Yes, I think the transition is a little difficult because sometimes it's muscle memory, knowing that you have a certain amount of time. But the game speeds up once you get into the 24-second shot clock. And the FIBA game is very fast. So, I mean, it's a new adjustment. It's not impossible, but it's a different feel.
Definitely got to be able to get into your offense a little faster on this level. That's where good team chemistry comes into play.
Right now, Bahamas ball movement in the zone is just too slow. It's no movement. They're just swinging the ball from side to side. This type of offense is pretty much not going to work against the zone. Need a lot more cutters, a lot more overloads. It's a lot of standing. Nice penetration right there by Bahamas. Got bailed out a little bit by Gordon for Jamaica at the line shooting 2. First foul on Gordon. She's going to be a very important piece for Jamaica. We saw yesterday when Puerto Rico took her out the game, that was about it for Jamaica. She's so key, her offense, her defense, so she has to stay in the game, C.
Definitely a key part of their offense. Again, she starts off the day just like she started yesterday.
I'm actually anxious to see how Grant is going to play versus this zone because she was dominant yesterday also in the paint. But with a zone, let's see how she makes the adjustments for the Bahamas.
And again, both these teams didn't shoot that well from the outside the arc yesterday. So I do expect both of them to sack back in a zone for most part of the game.
Bahamas right now is playing man-to-man, but it's not a pressure man-to-man. It's more inside. There's the rejection. Nice rejection right there by Grant.
One thing I can say, these ladies leave it all on the floor. For 2 days now, we're seeing a lot of bodies on the floor, diving for loose balls, sacrifice. And when you get to this level, that's what you have to do. The difference between a win and a loss might be a loose ball diving on the floor.
Definitely. Loose balls, getting those 50-50 balls, turnovers, rebounds, those little things that we take for granted, making those free throws, they show up at the end of the game. And
so with a little...
Oh, wow. She threw
great heads-up play
that
by
one off the
Smith.
back. Here comes Bahamas under push. Definitely need to get some easy basket versus the zone. It's a lot harder to get set up. And as you see, Bahamas took advantage of miscommunication.
Jamaica doing a good job at getting back and stopping the initial break. But Bahamas able to score on that possession.
Here comes a three by Smith. She definitely needs to get more involved because we both see the talent in this young lady. She just needs to be a lot more aggressive and start taking this thing over. And she almost got a steal right there. She's one of the better players in the tournament, see. Smith for Jamaica, number 11.
Yeah, Smith was what we call a little loosey-goosey with the ball yesterday. She wasn't strong with it. Had several key turnovers in the game. Let's see if she could turn down on those earlier in this game.
Well, first time out goes to the Bahamas. 10-6, Jamaica by 4. Timeout. We'll be back. And we're back to live action. The Bahamas now with the ball. Jamaica switches to man-to-man, showing a little different on the defensive end. Nice penetration and kick right there by number 4 for the Bahamas. Floater no good. Foul on Kelly for Bahamas.
Not a bad possession that time by the Bahamas. As
well, both teams love to penetrate and get to the paint, so that's evident. Is whether or not we're going to see enough outside shots that can spread the defense and create a lot more driving lanes.
becomes very easy for the defensive team if you're not hitting outside shots, because they're going to pack it in and force you to take outside shots.
Beautiful shot by Dixon for Jamaica. Nice runner in the middle of the lane. She was patient, pick a spot. Jamaica going back to man-to-man, switching it up a little bit. Nice hands. Definitely Barnett is really struggling at the point for Bahamas. She had a lot of turnovers. Nesbitt, sorry, number 4. She definitely needs to take care of the basketball a lot better.
Beautiful in and out by Gordon, but she was unable to finish the layup.
Game started picking up, the speed picking up a lot. Now the game is getting wide open. As we mentioned, both teams know each other very well, so it's no surprise. That's a very difficult shot.
Right now, both teams still trying to get into a nice rhythm, but no rhythm in either team so far.
Beautiful hesitation. Nice kick out. Got to make some of these, see. Nah, can't draw a rim. That's gonna be the biggest problem all game for both teams, really. At least Jamaica have hit a few from the outside already.
You gotta have somebody to knock down outside shots to kind of relieve that pressure from inside of the paint. And right now, Bahamas just unable to connect on those outside shots. I want to send a big shout out to the island of the Bahamas. Got some of the best conch, Tegan. If you want to eat conch, that's where you want to go.
I love the Bahamas, man.
Head down there to the Bahamas, get you some stew conch, curry conch, any kind of conch you want.
I enjoyed my time in the Bahamas. The people were so friendly, a beautiful, beautiful nation. I mean, the Caribbean is just filled with so many beautiful nations. None more beautiful than St. Thomas right here in the Virgin Islands for this 2017 Centrobasket.
And of course, if you want your jerk chicken, we know where to head. Head down to the island of Jamaica. I was just down there 2 months ago. I love Jamaica, Tegan.
Yep.
That's my little home away from home. It's down there for Carnival. Jamaica Carnival is starting to become one of the best in the world. I have it rated number 2 behind of Trinidad, but I definitely enjoy myself in both countries, both Bahamas and Jamaica.
And still has the greatest dance hall artists in the world, Jamaica.
Hey, the Caribbean is the best place to live. You get a mixture of all kind of different scenarios, and I just love all the Caribbean islands.
Yeah, beautiful rejection right there by number 5 of Jamaica, A. Gordon. It's a lot of Gordons on Jamaica's team. I got to ask them halftime if their families.
I noticed that. They do have about 3 or 4 Gordons on the team. I wonder if they're their family.
Nice hustle as Grant has not found her footing in the game as yet. She was that one anchor for the Bahamas yesterday. She was so tough. Like I said, both teams know each other, so they know the ability of Grant, so she's just going to have to fight through and try to pick her spots.
Don't forget, if you're following us on the web, looking at the live stream, hit us up. Let us know where you're represented, where you're from. Maybe you're representing a player. Maybe only your cousin's sister playing on the team. Hit us up. We want to hear from you.
Nice pass inside. Got to get up. Hook shot. Good. Well done by the Bahamas that time. Fast break. Secondary duck in. It's well done.
And I expect to see that from both teams. They're going to try to force that ball inside. As we know, the inside play is a lot better than the outside play. So look for a lot of physical action going on down low.
It's probably not the shot they wanted from Smith. And that's what you sometimes see with the better teams such as Puerto Rico or Mexico. If they doesn't get the shot they want, they're going to pull it out and keep moving it, keep passing it. No forced bad shots. Those shots leads to fast break.
Coach Mack telling her team to push the ball. She wants to force the issue and try to get some early shots in the shot clock. Probably try to get some easy buckets before the Jamaican defense can set up.
Definitely. But there's always a rule in basketball. You want to push the ball, but bad shots equal fast break. So even though you want to go fast, you still got to pick your spots. Here comes a 3. Nesbitt, all nets. And the first 3 probably from the Bahamas. Just Aussie. You can see they are playing a lot better in the first quarter today. The Bahamas with their first lead. Here comes a high screen at the top. Nice pass in the corner. Dixon for 3. No good. Bahamas definitely is on the push. Oh, and there to a backcourt that time. And it's a turnover. Dixon, a 2-on-1 break. You have to be unselfish there, see. She have to make that pass.
Yeah, those are the opportunities that you don't want to give away. 2-and-1. The defender commit, you got to drop that off to get the easy layup.
As long as that defender committed, you had to make that pass, but she's still rewarded going at the line, trying to get 2 points the hard way. But as you can see, a very entertaining first quarter thus far.
Definitely expect to see better basketball today, as all the teams got the first day under their belt. They're a little more relaxed. Got a good night's sleep in the beautiful Virgin Islands.
Definitely. We both know because we played in so many of these tournaments. The first game is always the most anxious, the most anxiety. You've been practicing against each other, beating up each other for a month, 2 months, and finally you get to play some competition. You just want to get that first game underneath your belt. So all these teams are going to be a lot more relaxed, a lot more composed, and just start playing real basketball. There's a nice double high ball screen. They're looking for the duck-in, but it's too crowded. That duck-in is not there. That ball needs to go swing. That's where it needs to be. That's a nice look by the point guard. That's where the ball needed to go. And she found her man.
Great cross-court pass. And like I said, they're getting good open looks. They just need to knock down some of these shots, and they'll be all right.
A beautiful move by Smith. And one. And you can see Smith is a lot more comfortable playing against the Bahamas players because she knows them. And she needs to have that same type of swag when she play the bigger teams such as Puerto Rico and Mexico, the teams that's out of the Caribbean region. At the end of the day, basketball is basketball no matter who you play. But make no mistake, she's a very good player.
Great point. Smith has a total arsenal, inside, outside. Little razzle-dazzle with the ball. Definitely one of the leaders on the Jamaican team.
It looked like Jamaica's playing a box and one. That's a great hustle that time.
Just now you can tell the coach from Bahamas is a little upset that, some of the players are getting wide open shots, but they're not taking them.
Got to shoot.
I don't
shoot
think they're too confident in their ability to hit the outside shot.
And that's what we mentioned about the 24-second shot clock. They believe sometimes indirectly that you have 35 seconds in college. Now you got to get a good shot, and when you get that good shot, you got to shoot it, or else you're going to put your team in a very bad situation with the shot clock's going down. Excellent
Another
defense
turnover
that time by
Nisbet.
Jamaica.
And again, for those of you just watching international basketball for the first time, a lot of different rule differences. That some of these players play college ball, high school ball. And that brings the first quarter to an end with the visiting Jamaica team 16, Bahamas 15. Not a bad first quarter for both teams. Both teams still trying to get into a rhythm. It seemed like Bahamas at the end of that quarter kind of found their jump shot. Let's see if they look to continue to penetrate and pitch and get some easy buckets. We'll be right back.
As we're getting ready to start the second quarter, back to live action. Side out for the Bahamas, and Jamaica stays in their 2-3 zone. Bahamas trying to get that high-low look out of the zone. Nice shot fake by Grant, trying to get into the game. Well done by Grant. Nice penetration. Bahamas stays in the man-to-man. Nice flare. Oh, wow. Beautiful shot that time right there by Jamaica. That was a deep three. And by Dixon. She's 1 for 3 for 3. 9 points. She is definitely stretching the defense. See, she's proven she can make that outside shot. As Bahamas continues to go inside. Well, the game plan is simple. Bahamas is trying to get every opportunity to keep putting the pressure on Jamaica by taking the ball inside.
Bahamas still in that man-to-man.
Excellent defense that time. Nice DHO. Good defense by the Bahamas. Nesbitt on the push. Early offense. Bahamas need a lot of these. Here comes Grant at the top of the key. Skip pass over to the corner. Very dangerous pass. So Jamaica's doubling Dixon. Nice spin move that time. Excellent defense by Gordon. Now Jamaica on the push.
A little surprised that Jamaica was showing that hard on the perimeter shooters, knowing that they're struggling to shoot from the outside. They're showing extra hard.
Yep.
I guess after Bahamas hit 2 shots, they got to honor that shot right now.
That's where the scout report come in. See, we know about that scout report. You're giving up yourself when you're running out there for a shooter who can't shoot. They got to put it up anyway. The shot clock is your friend. Here comes the high screen. Nice pass, nice clear out. That was well done. And Bahamas starting to find a little offensive flow in their offense. I think what I'm looking at Bahamas is the wings are not running fast enough. See, they're not filling those lanes as quickly.
Great penetration by Nesbitt as she was able to find the defender and dish it off.
Smith no good on the one dribble pull up. Bahamas ball.
Definitely one thing that has been consistent with these two teams is turnovers, and as we can see, they're racking it up again tonight. Again, when you get to this level, you have to cut down on your turnovers, and we know you're going to have turnovers. You just have to minimize the unforced ones.
Yeah, definitely. I concur with you because these two teams should have learned from yesterday that turnovers will bite you. You got to take care of the basketball. Do not be in a hurry.
And the officials are letting them play
Yeah,
today.
they're letting them go.
As I've seen a lot of contact.
3-0 break. And surely that had to be a foul.
Seen a lot of contact that's not being called today. But again, that is FIBA. You know, when you play at this level, you got to be tough.
Like we said yesterday, see, some games will be physical, some games will be you can't touch, some games will be brutal. You just got to see what the referees are giving and adjust and play to the style. This young lady right here, Yannick Gordon, she's special. She blocked that shot and she did a rim run and she still got that layup. That's what you call effort. And for the Bahamas players, you just can't let that happen. She just blocked your shot down there, and she beat everyone down the floor to get a layup. That's just determination and hustle. And this young lady is showing that, she got the will. We have a stoppage in the play. Might be something with the uniform. Look like we have a uniform problem. See, FIBA is very sticky with these rules. You can't have no color different than your uniform. Even though she has a kinesio tape, it has to be black. And as you can already hear, the Bahama coach is already asking for her technical free throw. So this is how it goes, man.
Anything you can to get that advantage. It might come down to a 1-point game, and a technical foul or a tech in a game giving you 2 free throws can be the deciding factor.
Yes, but FIBA has changed the rule now, so it's only 1 shot for a technical foul. They've gotten more NBA-like, and FIBA is really transitioning their game closer to the NBA. So it's a 1-shot tech, but obviously Bahamas is still wondering why they didn't receive their
Coach
technical
Mack
foul.
wants that 1 shot.
And it should have been a technical foul. I don't know what was the rationale, but you just got to go with the flow. Here comes a high screen at the top. They're looking for the high-low duck-in. She's too high to get that pass. That's too high of a. It's too high. See, she has to be lower down to the block. Yeah, the Bahamas have to do a better job there. That high screen, 1 dive, big flash. You got to get a lower duck in.
Well, the entry pass by itself was not good.
Yeah.
You don't want to pass the bigs the ball down to her knees. Coach Mack a little more animated today than she was yesterday.
I
she's
am
getting
watching
her players'
her the whole
faces.
day, and she is giving it to her players. But her players love her. They already know her style, and she definitely loves her players and respect her players, and they can take it, and that's what you call toughness. Here comes another high screen. Now number 12 got to go duck in. It's just way too low for that duck in. I think the problem that number 12 for Bahamas is doing wrong, she's meeting Gordon at the free throw line instead of beating Gordon down to the block and force Gordon to come down and guard you. And Gordon already recognized the play, so she already know. The higher I let she post, she can't post me at the block.
Yeah, you definitely have to be a student of the game. A lot of these players, stick around and watch at least 1/2 of the game to see what the other teams are running. And sometimes you'll hear a team call a set, and the other team knows exactly what they're running. So it's a cat and mouse game when you get to this level.
Yep, and that's where the IQ plays. Now you have to differentiate from the original play and make the adjustments so that the player can't cheat. Now Bahamas is turning up the defensive intensity with another steal. They got numbers and a 5-on-3. Nice pass. Nice look.
That's what you got to do. Make turnovers turn into easy baskets.
Tie game. Smith and Gordon, there should be a side pick and roll. And what I really noticed about both teams yesterday and today, when they set screens, they definitely don't hit no one. You're setting a screen, but the screen is being set for a purpose. You got to make contact. That's a nice look. And Jamaica's on the horse, 2-on-1 break. Beautiful pass. Well done by Jamaica that time. Picture perfect fast break.
Ball never touched the floor. 2 passes, layup.
And Jamaica stays in the zone. Oh, that's a better duck in, but a bad angle by Roll for Bahamas to make that pass. You could take 2 dribbles to the baseline, to the sideline, and make the same pass, the better angle. And she got to get the ball out. Somebody's free. And that's a very bad foul by number 14 of the Bahamas. Cardinal Seal never foul a jump shooter, especially team who struggles to shoot from outside.
Bahamas out of sync just now. Trying to double the ball, and again, like I said, if you have 2 defenders on the ball, somebody's open. You just got to find that open spot. That time Jamaica able to do that. Going to the line to shoot 2.
I mean, watchable to the eyes, you can say that Jamaica's style of play is a better brand of basketball. They look a lot more comfortable. They're moving it. They're spacing it. But the Bahamas just play so darn hard. You can't count them out. However you might think it looks, it's effective because they go so hard. That's a nice extra pass right there.
Didn't make this shot, but it was a good possession. Got the ball inside, back out. Got a wide open shot, and that's what you want, a beautiful screen.
And a nice skip. And like I said, Jamaica's getting a lot better looks. You just got to knock some of these down. I think I need a lot more movement from Bahamas in terms of their offense. It's very simplistic.
We're seeing a lot more outside shots now, but 2 teams just not able to knock down the open shots. And again, at some point in this tournament, if you want to beat the bigger teams, the Puerto Ricos, the Mexicos, the Virgin Islands, you're going to have to hit some outside shots because as a coach, all they're going to do is pack that zone in and dare you and force you to hit some outside shots.
Definitely. Well said, C. We both are veterans in this game. If you don't make some of those outside shots, it's going to be a long night. Nice extra pass there. An air ball from the short corner. This could be a run out. She got to get the ball out of her hands. Nice pass. Nice relocation that time by Gordon. Bahamas got lucky there. That looked like off of number 15 to me.
I thought it was also off of number 15.
Yeah, Porter touched that last, but, you know, it happens in the game. Sometimes you win some and lose some. But Jamaica's content. They're going to stay in this zone, see. They are forcing Bahamas to shoot. And that's a bad angle to get an entry pass. And here comes a 3-on-1 break, and that's what happened with turnover. Oh, got to use your left hand, babes. Gordon is there. She's been the anchor. She started the break. She finished the break. Second time for the day.
I'm surprised either of these teams is not picking up full court because we say they both struggled yesterday to get the ball up. Let's see if the coaches adjust at halftime, and they probably come out in a full court press, try to create some easy baskets.
And that's well said. Good observation, C, because yesterday Bahamas had a terrible time bringing the ball up. And Jamaica same way. So full court pressure can definitely bother them. I just don't know if both teams are in greater shape because yesterday they looked very tired. So maybe because the closeness of the game, both coaches are reserving energy. But I definitely would have tried to pick up some of the guard full court a few times. Get some easy steals.
Again, another obstacle you have to get over when you're dealing with international basketball, trying to get teams together. As I said, this Bahamas team has only been practicing for a little under 2 weeks, so, you know, these players are still trying to get to know each other's game, try to get some kind of chemistry. You know, college season has been done for a year, not a year, but for a couple months now. We don't know if these players have been active since college season, who's not playing professionally. So these are some of the things that you have to deal with when you're playing with international competition and playing with national teams, trying to get them together.
And see, it sounds simple, but you're absolutely right. And even just a simple chest pass, if you're not on the right page with your teammate because you don't know if they're going to go backdoor or will they fade, that can create a turnover just because you just don't know each other. Nice pass inside by the Bahamas that time. Good play by Porter.
I actually had a player from Argentina when I played overseas in Holland. He used to give me no-look alley-oops, and that's because we was on the same page. He knew where I was going to be. He didn't even have to look, and that was from years of playing together. So, team chemistry is very, very important.
Very important. And Bahamas now with a chance to tie the game or take the lead. They got numbers. Jump shot, short corner. Second chance opportunities. And here comes a run out. That's one thing I got to say. Smith play at her own pace. She doesn't play too fast. She doesn't play too slow. But I felt that time she had a layup. I don't know why she didn't take the layup.
I think she gave up on the play a little bit too early. You got to try to make that defender commit to you and then go for the pass. I think she gave the pass up a little too early.
Yes. She went away from the basket, and she was the first one down. You know, 1 minute before the half, Jamaica by 2. Nesbitt back at the point. Looking a lot more poise and control this game. Already hit a 3. Here comes the dive. Right there, Grant. Grant was a little impatient. The dive was there. She got it. The double team came. The high post dove. She definitely should have waited maybe a split second, and she could have dropped it off to the diver. Timeout, Jamaica. We'll be back. Back to live action. Jamaica's ball. 49.4 seconds before the half. 29-27. Jamaica by 2. Jamaica in black. And the Bahamas in their traditional yellow. Bahamas now goes to their 2-3 zone. Double high ball screen. Here comes the flare. Nice look, nice intention. A nice fade away that time by Jamaica.
And when you try to go for that steal, you better make sure you get up with it, because if you don't, then you leave your teammates stranded in the back.
And Lorraine was able to convert that busted play. Oh, nice pass. Beautiful look. Oh, another missed layup. Here comes Jamaica. Will they hold for the final? Because they got numbers. Nice look. Oh. I felt that was a good pass. It's just, I felt Gordon jumped a little too quickly, but it was a good pass. But both players are working it out. But it was a good pass.
I think Gordon should have been able to come up with that pass. She led her a little bit too much, but she should have been able to come up with it.
Definitely. Well, the first half is in the book, C. What do you take away from the game thus far?
Both teams still haven't quite caught a rhythm yet. Not seeing clean basketball. The offense is a little shaky. Still a lot of turnovers. There's going to be some adjustments made at halftime. I'm sure both teams will come back out in the zone, forcing the opposite team to hit some jump shots. But let's hope we can see a cleaner, more smooth game in the second half.
Los 16 mejores equipos de las Américas disputarán clasificatorios Américas para la Copa del Mundo de Baloncesto FIBA 2019 a lo largo de 6 ventanas que clasificarán a 7 equipos para la Copa del Mundo que tendrá lugar en China en 2019. En la primera ronda de los clasificatorios Américas, los 16 equipos se dividirán en 4 grupos de 4 equipos cada uno. Cada equipo se enfrentará a los otros 3 de su mismo grupo en casa y de visita, en las 3 primeras ventanas, con 2 partidos jugados en cada una de ellas. Estas ventanas serán en noviembre de 2017 y febrero y junio de 2018. Los 3 mejores equipos de cada grupo pasarán a la segunda ronda, donde se sumarán otros 3 mejores equipos de otro grupo. Todos los equipos continuarán con los resultados de la primera ronda. Estos 12 equipos jugarán en casa y de visita 3 ventanas, en septiembre de 2018, noviembre de 2018 y febrero de 2019. Los 3 mejores equipos de cada grupo, junto con el mejor clasificado de los equipos en la cuarta posición, disputarán la Copa del Mundo de Baloncesto FIBA 2019.
The 16 best teams in the Americas region will play the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 Americas qualifiers during 6 windows to qualify 7 teams for the FIBA Basketball World Cup China 2019. In the first round of the Americas qualifiers, the 16 teams will be divided into 4 groups of 4. Each team will face the other 3 in their group on a home and away basis over the first 3 windows, with 2 games being played in each window. These windows will be in November 2017, February 2018 and June 2018. The top 3 teams from each group will progress to the second round, where they will join 3 teams from another group. All teams will carry over the results from the first round. These 12 teams will then play home and away games over another 3 windows, in September 2018, November 2018 and February 2019. The top 3 teams from each group, along with the 4th best team, will qualify for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019.
All right, we're back live right here at the St. Thomas Virgin Islands 2017 Women's Central Basket. Jamaica versus the Bahamas. Third quarter action. Let's see the type of adjustments that's going to happen. See what you're looking forward to see.
Well, you know, basketball is a game of half. Won't quite get an advantage to either team first half. But let's see what the coaches went back in the locker rooms and came back out with.
Well, first possession right there. Bahamas forced the 24-second shot clock violation.
Good defense by the Bahamas. Not a good offensive possession by Jamaica. Not the way you want to come out the house starting the game.
Look like Jamaica now is staying in like a 1-3-1 zone. Jamaica under push. And this is Gordon. Passes it to Gordon. Wow, that was an incredible shot that time. Looked like she didn't have control, but once she got it, she put it up.
Basically just used the height advantage to look up over the defender, was able to get the shot.
That's 11 points of the game, so she's definitely, as we advertise, the anchor for Jamaica. Jamaica is staying in that zone. And Gordon didn't make that rotation right there. That could have been a steal.
And just look at the defenders. They're not even really concerned about the shooters. They're not showing any hands. Not giving no kind of impression that they're worried about them hitting any outside shots.
And a beautiful duck in again by Gordon. She missed a hook shot, but see, you're absolutely right. Jamaica has no concern with Bahamas and their outside shooting. Everybody's in the lane, going straight up, and they are forcing Bahamas to make some outside shots once again. Not getting back. Jamaica on the run out and an easy lay. Sometimes this is where Bahamas have to understand that you have to try to get defensive stops so you can get some easy layups on the other end, because coming down here trying to run your offense when a team knows you don't want to shoot, they're going to pack it in. Nice duck in that time. And here comes another fast break. Beautiful move by Gordon, but she was playing a little soccer there. Kicked it off her shoe.
Both teams still trying to get into a rhythm.
Jamaica making a little breathing room. It's still a lot of time, but you can see Jamaica is a lot more comfortable offensively and defensively than Bahamas right now. Now it's a straight 2-3 zone. Nobody's outside the three-point line.
It again. Nobody's really showing. There's no hands up. And they're basically saying, I dare you to take a shot.
And sometimes that's the hardest shot to make, see, you know, because when you're wide open, when everybody's expecting you to shoot and make it, and you miss, it messes with your confidence.
Plays with your mental. You know, the players are thinking, should I take it? Should I not take it?
Yeah, it's too much thought process. You just got to go out there and just shoot. Shoot or shoot. You don't want to take too many bad shots, but if you can't make it, then you got to penetrate and try to make a shot for somebody else.
The great shooters shoot them without thinking. I've seen some shooters miss 10 in a row and come back and then hit 10 in a row after that. So you got to keep on shooting.
That's right. You got to keep shooting and be confident. You cannot survive in this game if you're not confident. And it's a double team in the corner. Got to get it out. Somebody's free now. Nice rotation. Nice rotation. It was well done by Jamaica that time. Once the double team comes, you get that ball out, somebody's going to be free on the offside.
And again, another cardinal rule, do not foul the jump shooter. And I'm surprised that the Bahamas are showing so hard, because Jamaica hasn't been that great shooting the ball outside either.
I mean, the game plan should be the same for both teams.
You usually see jump shooters getting fouled when they're great shooters. You know, you have to run out and try to get some kind of off balance in the shooter, but I haven't seen any knockdown shooters from either team this tournament.
Definitely from none of these two teams. I think the closest we have seen is Dixon for Jamaica. Whether she makes it or not, she's unconscious. She's going to shoot. So you have to honor someone like that, but the rest players are a little hesitant to shoot. And you gotta close out on the control. And right now, Bahamas is struggling to get into any type of offensive flow. They're still trying to do that high-low look, but it's just not there. Here comes Grant. She's definitely, we need to get one of these. Ooh. And that one was way off, see. So you can see the game plan coming out in the third quarter for Jamaica. It's let Bahamas shoot outside shots.
So far, it's very successful as their percentage have got to be very low.
Backcourt violation there. Unforced turnover. What I think Bahamas can do to loosen up the zone, they can run a little overloads in the corners and get some corner threes or penetrate the corners so that the big will help and dive that center. But just going that high-low look and you dive in that big, she's going to meet Jones in the middle of the paint. It's not a lot of options there.
Listen to these numbers. Bahamas shooting 10 for 31 for 32% from the field. 1 for 9 for 11% from the three-point line.
11%?
So when you have numbers like that, I could see why Jamaica is just sagging back in the paint.
Yeah, one for 11, 1 for 9, 11% from the three. That's not going to get it done. We'll be back. Back to live action. And once again, see, Bahamas is trying to run that high-low look with a high screen. But unless that big who flashes up and gets the ball, shoots, then it doesn't really matter. Oh, they're going to work the corners now. Oh, the coach was listening to us. The coach was listening. That's a good shot. Good possession.
But look who you have taking that shot. Grant, who's one of your fours down low, who I'm willing to assume is not one of your better three-point shooters.
Yes, right placement, but probably not the shooter you want. Nice kick out. Oh, beautiful hesitation, but got to get it up.
Again, that's one of the adjustments. I'm sure these ladies figure they had another 10 seconds to go with the shot clock. But you have to adjust. It's a faster game. FIBA is a faster game, shorter shot clock.
Got to also be aware of the time in FIBA. In time, score, and possession, every player needs to understand that. Here's another wide open three. I understand the coach is crying 3 seconds, but this FIBA, baby, they don't call too many 3 seconds in FIBA.
Low-scoring game as both of these teams are struggling to put the ball in the basket.
Well, Bahamas starting to pick up full court, so now they're turning up the heat. So that's not a bad idea. You got to start making something happen on the defensive end so you can get some steals and get some easy baskets, because the half-court defense of Jamaica is just too strong right now. Gone just a little bit out of control right there. That's a terrible pass by Smith. And Bahamas now have a run out, 4-on-1 break. Nice extra pass. And that's well done fast break by the Bahamas that time.
You've got to capitalize on those fast breaks, get yourself some easy points that time. Bahamas running the break almost to perfection, got the easy bucket.
And you know, that should be their game plan, man. You have to get some easy points, some run outs, some easy buckets, beat Gordon down the floor so she can disturb any type of shot. You take away our shot blocking ability, and that happens from the defensive end. Defense must be first. Now they're picking up full court again. Jamaica is very smart using that big, relieving that pressure. That's how you relieve pressure from
She's
pressure.
coming for. She was there about 3 times trying to set that screen.
That was well done by Jamaica. They understood. So Bahamas trying to push the game with a little tempo now. That's good to see. But they need some of those to fall. Here comes another high screen, and the ducking is there. Bahamas were trying to get her out of there, number 10, but use a little bit too much body and legs and hands. But Gordon is very smart. Once she sees you're open for that ducking, she cuts your face and she sits right on you.
Terrible foul that time. No reason to go over the back of the defender as Gordon caught the ball basically at the free throw line. As a defender, that's what you want to do. You want to push her out from those blocks, get out of a comfort zone, make her shoot over you.
Yes. Easier said than done for these young ladies. Your Gordon is very tough, but that's what you have to try to do. Got away. It's a bad pass. And that happens because Gordon didn't set a solid enough screen to free her point guard up. I must admit, both teams are not doing a good enough job setting strong enough screens. And it takes 2 to set a good screen. The one who's coming off the screen and the center got to be in sync. You can't leave too early, and you got to be solid and wide on your screens. That time Bahamas tried to get their duck in. Foul on Gordon for Jamaica.
Good to see that the ref was consistent, and at that point they just called the same play down on the other end. Great job by the officials being consistent.
Yes, it's a very well officiated game. They are letting the young ladies play. It's physical, but they're not letting it get too physical. So it's very well officiated. And here, the side pick and roll. There you go. That was well done by the Bahamas that time. A different look. Side pick and roll right into the center. Easy jump shot. Every guard should be able to make 90% of that jump shot. There's no spacing right there, and Jamaica's in trouble. This is what you call muy malo offense. That's bad offense.
Never quite got into a set. Ball was all over the place. Somebody from the Jamaican team is going to have to settle them down. Pull the ball back out and run your set.
Yes, and that was just bad spacing by the two guards. They was literally 5 feet away from each other. You cannot be 5 feet away from each other unless you get in a DHO or a screen interchange or something, but there's no sets that's going to have two guards 5 feet within each other. Jamaica now switches now to man-to-man. No, they're staying in the zone. They're just putting a little bit more pressure on the point. almost got a little offense there. This Garden is tough, though. I like this little Garden right here. Look how she used her body and finished off the glass.
I was
Yeah,
a little
she's
curious
tough.
as to why Jamaica was going to man when the zone was working great for them. But
It's working to perfection.
you
They
said,
don't
it was
need to go to man-to-man. They just need to keep packing it in. Oh, man. Wow, it's getting a little physical. No, that ball touched the rim. You had time. I think she felt that it didn't touch the rim. But, Grant, you had time. Yeah, she felt that it didn't touch the rim, but it grazed the rim. You had more time.
both teams are so out of sync right now. Nothing is going right for them on the offensive end. There's no set, no kind of spacing, no ball movement. At some point, both coaches are going to have to settle their teams down and get them back on track.
Yeah, just like how they started, especially Jamaica. They started out doing a lot of sets, moving the ball from left to right, getting it into Garden. Now it's starting to get a little bit erratic. And that's what we call mental toughness within a game. You got to always understand every possession is key. Do your job. Be self-disciplined. Can Bahamas find some type of flow to get back into the game? Jamaica staying in the 2-3 zone. Trying to get a duck in. Nice pass. Just can't make these open shots. Now Jamaica got numbers if they can get it up, but Smith elected to slow it down. Good decision.
And that's what you got to do. Slow your team up.
Nice screen right there. Bahamas on the run out. Kelly go Euro step. And the foul. Technical foul on Jamaica. And that's where you have to understand. You have to understand. You are in the lead. It's a 13-point game. Control your emotions.
What's interesting about that, the ref that called the tech is not the ref that blew the whistle. A little teamwork there. And when you're struggling offensively, you really got to start to knock down some free throws.
Definitely, if you want to get back into the game. These are points that's left on the board. You're 0 for 2 from the line, and now someone got to shoot the tech, which will be one shot. Grant is going to shoot a technical foul. Definitely this game, the size has bothered Grant. She was unable to put her imprint on the game. I think Garden was a big key. She anchors the middle, and the zone, with the help, was able to keep Grant away from the basket, and she was not as effective as the game yesterday. And no good on 3 free throws. Like we said, see, when you're behind, you need to make these free throws to get back into the game.
Had 3 chances at the charity stripe, came up empty. Not a good trip for the Bahamas team.
Yeah, that potentially could have been a 6-point play. You could have had 6 points. Someone hit a 3 right now, you have 6 points. You're right back in it. Now they're going back into 2 more free throws. Good on the first. Now Jamaica got to be careful because they're racking up these fouls, and the bigs are getting into foul trouble. That could play a big key. Still have a whole quarter left. Those fouls are going to be very important for the bigs for Jamaica. And I believe if the bigs get in foul trouble, Grant can really put her imprint on the fourth quarter.
Don't forget, coming up next, Puerto Rico versus Guatemala. Definitely going to see some shooting in that one.
Oh, definitely. And, you know, Puerto Rico has that inside-out game, and they probably have the player of the tournament who just stole the hearts of the Virgin Islands yesterday in Rosado. She was absolutely sensational, sizzling, dynamic, inside-out threes, dimes, defense. I could not find enough similes and metaphors to describe that young lady. So Puerto Rico is looking tough. Guatemala do have a nice little point guard herself in Alada. It's going to be a nice little matchup next.
Tough task ahead of them. Guatemala team, that is, as that Puerto Rican team was working on all cylinders yesterday. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Jamaica still holds an 11-point lead, 46-35 over the Bahamas.
And this is what I'm talking about, discipline. See, Jamaica is up by 11, but they're crying and arguing with each other as if they're losing. You got to be mentally tough and poised and just stay in the game and take every possession. Forget about the mistake that your teammates made and just make it up and keep playing. And Bahamas crashing hard. Grant with a ball. Will they hold for the final shot? Only 3 seconds. Got to get it up. And another turnover, 2 turnovers. Yeah, 1 more quarter remaining. I guess the game is still in hand, see, so it's not over yet.
Well, they got 10 minutes to figure it out. Bahamas, that is, see if they can get themselves in a rhythm and get back in this game. We'll be back. And we're back to live action. 10 minutes left in the first game on the second day of the 2017 Women's Centrobasket Championship. It's Jamaica versus Bahamas, with Jamaica holding a slim lead right now, 12 points, 47-35.
I'm looking at the poise at Jamaica right now. Right now is the winning quarter. Everybody has to stay together. When things goes wrong, nobody complain. Just keep moving the ball, playing defense together. And that will show the maturity of a real team as they move in the ball very well. That's a good block. The Bahamas now on the horse. That's not going to work.
She basically throw the ball straight to her.
I'm telling you, this Garden is not bashful. She shot 2 air balls in a row, and if you give her one more, she's going to shoot it. She ain't playing.
That's what you got to do, though. As a shooter, you shoot 3 air balls, you come back and shoot the ball the 4th time. Don't hesitate.
I love the mentality. Look how wide open she was. She wasn't even looking at the rim. See, nice pass. Nice pocket pass right there. Great play by Grant. It's now a 10-point game. Bahamas not going down lightly.
A little pressure from the Bahamas team picking up full court. Let's see how Jamaica handles the press.
Here comes Smith. She's been missing for a while. I haven't seen her in a long time. That's 3 air balls in a row. So I don't know if the pressure is starting to get to Jamaica, but 3 air balls in a row is probably not where you want to go, especially when you have a beast like Garden inside. She should touch the ball in every possession on the block.
I agree. And sometimes it's not about shooting the ball from inside, but just creating space, going inside and out.
Definitely. Let the defense collapse. And as the defense collapses, you'll get a wide open shot.
Bahamas just do not want to shoot that ball from outside, Tegan.
They are giving them every open look possible. Out of bounds honor for Bahamas. They set up in a box set. Jamaica making a lot of changes too. It's very early in the quarter. Oh, that passer was late. She was open too,
She was there. She was there.
She slipped that back screen, even though Kelly didn't touch her man, but she was wide open. They're gonna, same play. Nice pass to Grant. Smith fell asleep. It's down to 8.
Grant, who had herself a nice game yesterday. Let's see if the Bahamas team can get her going.
And then, like I said, can Jamaica keep their poise? Right now, they are out of sync, out of lax. I mean, look at that. That's what you call offense by accident right there. Almost got through, but she threw a blind pass. And Bahamas down by 8, looking to push. Look, nice duck in. Oh, too late. And you have to make that type of pass from the baseline. You have to take a dribble to the sideline and get the angle. Jamaica still hustling, both teams hustling, a little erratic, but I don't understand. That ball is not going to Grant at all. Garden at all for Jamaica. She is the best player on the court, and I don't know why Jamaica is not running the offense through her. See,
if I'm the Jamaican coach, I'm saying we cannot shoot this ball unless she touches the ball down in the post. Not necessarily that she has to take the shot, but she has to touch the ball.
Has to touch it. Your best player has to touch the ball. Nice pass. And you can see that the Bahamas is starting to feel a little intensity. They're going for this game. Jamaica is hoping for the time to run out. Bahamas is coming.
Third foul on Smith. And it's down to a 7-point lead.
No good on the second free throw. Nice skip pass right there. Now, gotta run something. This might be a high screen here. Okay, here comes the high screen. There you go, Garden with the ball. Now you got a nice shot. I'm predicting one more shot, one more score by the Bahamas. Jamaica's gonna call timeout. Nice pass. Still can't buy it from the outside.
Aggressive move by Dixon.
Very, very aggressive. And the way out she was coming out of court, I was like, she's a little bit out of control. But, you know, the Bahamian player bail her out.
Fourth foul on Fernandez. She has one more before she vacates this game. Fouls starting to pile up for the Bahamas team.
Now, like I said with Dixon, she's not scared of the moment. She's gonna shoot it. And shoot or shoot. And you can see she has a nice touch, nice release. Jamaica gonna ride and die with the zone, see. They're going all the way with the zone.
As they should. Bahamas have not proven themselves to be worthy of coming out of those shots.
They try a 1-4 dive right there.
I don't expect that Jamaican team to come out of that zone.
Bahamas came out with a 1-4 set, hit the high post and dived the second high post, but that pass was too early. But it was there.
A little pressure from Nesbitt. Jamaica clearly or easily beats the press.
That ball needs to go to Garden. That ball needs to go to Garden. But Smith is still at it.
Smith has made a lot of bad passes trying to get that ball down low to Gordon.
Oh, wow. She got away with a walk there. But maybe someone touched it. I don't know. Grant's starting to be aggressive now. This is the matchup we wanted to see.
Beautiful right-hand hook. Grant over Gordon.
And 540s a lot of times. See, it's not over yet.
Great screen.
Bahamas now on the push. And the zone is now out of sync. They can get a nice shot if they move the ball. Then the zone is not ready. Nesbitt can't hit on the three. Nice pass. And she's got him with a travel.
Too many steps. Timeout, Jamaica. 5:16 left in the game. It's Jamaica 51, Bahamas 42.
Back to live action. And Jamaica is content to stay in the 2-3 zone for mostly the entire game. Still forcing the Bahamas to make a shot. Here comes the dive. It's there. Nice fake. Oh, that was a great fake. She just missed the layup.
And you're going to have to get the easy ones if you're going to try to get back in this game.
Nice pass to Garden right there by Smith. And it seems like the coach heard us. See, they're starting to make a conscious effort to get the ball to Garden. And as well they should. She's the best player on the court.
And that is 5 on Nesbitt, which is key for them because she's their main ball handler. Let's see how the Bahamas adjust with their point guard now out of the game. Yeah, Nick Gordon with her 13th point of the game.
She's the difference in the game. See, she's the points is not even enough to show how important she is. She's anchoring that paint on defense. Bahamas cannot get anything inside because of her, and she's blocking and changing shots, and she's been really key.
Another beautiful right hand hook.
Nice move by the Lil Gordon. And I'm telling you, this Lil Gordon is so impressive because she shot 2 air balls. It doesn't matter. She's going to be aggressive. And that's the type of mentality you need to play at this level.
She's very, very tough.
Got to be confident in yourself. Another turnover coming, see. 4-on-1 break. And Jamaica's out. Oh, another missed layup.
Those are the ones you just have to have.
Have to make those. Here, Kellen. That was Gordon again, changed it. Then another shot. But the follow was good. Bahamas still in striking distance. Only a 9-point game. From Smith. I'm probably looking for a high screen. Here comes the high screen. But once again, it was not a screen.
And I blame that one on Smith
it's open.
because Smith
She had to wait.
Smith had to run her defender to the screen, and she basically ran away from the screen.
And that's what I mentioned earlier. You have to have good communication between the ball handler and the screener. You can't go too early. And you got to take it shoulder to shoulder. And the second screen was a lot better. And like we mentioned many times, when you set the screen, chances are you're going to be the one who's open.
Yannick Gordon back at the charity stripe. She had a wonderful night. 13 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks. So she came to work tonight.
And I just love her poise, her posture. She's not hustled. She's not hurried. She just looked like she belongs. She knows she belongs on this level. Ten-point game.
Yeah, and Porter just sagging back on her. She has no worry in the world if she's going to shoot that jump shot.
Now this is going to be another shot clock violation.
Whistle didn't blow.
God, with a beautiful pass. An extraordinary bounce pass from the half court.
I think the Bahamas was waiting for the whistle to blow on the shot clock violation.
Yes, everybody
but
waited.
Jamaica already had possession, so the play was continued.
You got to play until the whistle. I understand the horn went off, but the game was still playing, so Jamaica was the only one aware, and they took opportunity. They took advantage of that opportunity. Now Jamaica with a 12-point lead. Time is at an essence right now for Bahamas, and unless they get a lot of steals and a lot of stops, they're going to need to make some outside shots to get back into this game, or there's no way back.
Bad foul by Jamaica. Dixon, as again, I'm not quite sure why she's showing so hard on that pass.
And they're not going to shoot it.
Usually see guards sprinting out if there's a shooter out there.
It's one thing to play hard, but you got to play smart the same way. Know that the shot clock is your friend. Know that they're not going to shoot any jump shot. Nice pass. And you see right there, that's proof that Gordon is in the heads of the players for Bahamas.
I remember my days playing when we would play Puerto Rico. You would have to run out and show a guy like Larry or Russo.
Oh, yeah, Larry
definitely would have to run out for a shooter like that.
Those guys was not Eddie Cassiano. Those guys can shoot it from half court. You better run out. Oh, nice crossover. I'm telling you, this young lady got some skills. And look at Gordon. That's the difference.
Gordon now with a double-double in the game. And there goes Dixon.
And that could be
the nail in the coffin.
Now Jamaica's feeling it now. The energy is rising. Their bench is clapping. They're feeling their first victory of the tournament.
Bahamas shooting 1 for 14. 1 for 14 from the three-point line for 7%.
Yeah, I mean, it's not much I can say about that, see. That's just not good enough. I mean, that's not good enough. They made probably 7 of those threes. Probably would have been a different situation, but 1 for 14 from the three-point line with uncontested threes. You got to be confident in yourself. Trust your muscle memory, short memory, follow through and release. There goes Lil Gordon again. If it wasn't for Big Gordon, definitely Lil Gordon, she will probably be the MVP. She is tough.
Jamaica now feeling a little confidence. The bench is getting a little louder. They're a lot more into the game right now as they're starting to smell this victory to get themselves in the winner's circle. Once again, don't forget this tournament is a round-robin tournament. You get 1 point if you lose, 2 points if you win. Jamaica losing a tough one yesterday. They're looking to get in the winner's side today. Bahamas never quite got into sync from the start of the game as they was helter-skelter for the most part of this contest.
Well, as you said earlier, you could tell Bahamas haven't really been practicing for a long period of time. The spacing needs to get better. The who is going to shoot the shots. You don't know who's going to declare the outside in. The only great positive you see from the Bahamas team is Grant, but the zone negated her offensive flow in this game. Wow. That definitely was a foul right there.
Gordon waiting for the foul. Her hand was grabbed. I don't know how they missed that one.
Yeah, I saw that from space. Definitely got to catch that one. Gordon was definitely fouling. She's talking a little smack to the ref, but
shout out to the officiating crew. As they are also humans, you know they're going to miss a couple calls every now and then, so we can't hold that against them, but clearly a foul just now as Gordon
definitely
hand was grabbed.
And there's the intimidation factor with Gordon. She didn't even try to block the shot, and they just threw the ball over the rim. Well, Jamaica's going to take their first victory, see. Where do Bahamas go from here? It's not over yet, but how could they get better?
Well, it doesn't get any easier for the Bahamas as they still have tough time ahead of them. Face a couple other great teams in this tournament. They just got to keep on fighting, keep on grappling, and hopefully they'll get some kind of team chemistry together, get some kind of flow.
And as for Jamaica, they get their first win, but it doesn't get any easier as well. They still have the Virgin Islands in their bracket to play, Mexico. So it's a lot more games to be played for both teams. But Jamaica is victorious, 64-48.
Not a well-played game by either team, but at the end of the day, the W is what matters for Jamaica. They got their first win of this tournament. Look for them to build on this win. As for Bahamas, they are now 0-2 in the tournament. But with a round robin, anything can happen, so they got to keep their head up and keep on fighting.